Hey, good morning everyone. Frank Valkyrie here in Amsterdam. Welcome to the channel. Always a pleasure to see you. Today, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about something else. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. And yes, because I've been invested in this cryptocurrencies game since June 2017. When it started to become interesting, basically, and like many of you, I made a lot of mistakes all the way to December. But anyway, enough about that. Now I'm very curious because I've been following this whole space for over a year and a half now, and this is the first time that I see Bitcoin breaking the bottom of the lowest has ever been in the past year, 2018. So, from what the professionals say, this could indicate that Bitcoin could go even lower. And actually, I'm really curious about that because at this point, whatever I'm holding, which in February I took something out where I felt comfortable of what I had invested because I already made the mistake of waiting too long. I was a novice, so I had no idea what I was doing, and I was just learning how you invest and how you do things. So it was a big lesson for me. It was a big lesson, and I saw the money going up and then going down, and then I just got out in time to get back basically what I had invested and leaving in everything else because I thought, I'm just gonna take what it feels comfortable to take back the money I invested, and all those other things I just I will leave it there. I'm just gonna leave it there, and that's what I did since last February. So now I don't care anymore if it goes down to zero or whatever. I'm just curious to see if this space will emerge again in the most powerful way, because I've been hearing everybody talk all kinds of things, all kinds of crazy things. Like everybody was like, especially the pros, all the YouTubers, which they were professional about talking about Bitcoin, all of a sudden for the longest time they disappeared in this whole period of sort of quiet market. And now they're reappearing again because it's getting interesting, like it's interesting also in the negative. So there's all kinds of speculation and prognosis and whatever. But I'm just very curious to see if those summer prediction will become true. Like for instance, like that the whales, the big money are waiting for Bitcoin to be in a place where they want to buy it. And that could make sense because if there is all this money waiting, to enter this space, they just want to buy Bitcoin at the right price. So if it keeps going down and then it hits that mark, then probably we will see if that's true that those money will come in or if it will continue to go down. I have absolutely no idea. What I know is that we need new enthusiasm in this space, and this enthusiasm has to come both from the companies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever, Stella, EOS, I'm just reading, of course, Go delivering what they promised, and also like the interest from the real world, like I don't know, if finally some firms of investment or whatever, they invest pension funds money, which apparently there is a lot of, and they just need to trust the space so to pour in those money. So we have to see like if this space is gonna pick that interest, if Bitcoin is gonna go still down lower and then it's gonna go up again. I have absolutely no idea. But I'm waiting also to see if, like the interest of the real world, it's finally coming back in, or through corporation like Amazon's or whatever, we will see finally an adoption. Because it doesn't have to become the only way, it doesn't have to substitute banks, but already if some of those projects like Bitcoin or other projects in the first 30 or something, they will manage to be implemented in some kind of payment method around the world. I don't know, like Amazon allowing you to pay through Bitcoin, for instance, or finally project like 10x or similar project to that, they deliver the cards, like your PIN or your credit cards, which they promised already long ago. If we manage finally to see something like that, probably it will make it easier for people to use the money, and company will start to allow that kind of payment method. That would be awesome. So for sure we will see a larger adoption, which that's all we need, because otherwise it's just a speculative market where people, this whole thing, it's kept alive by people wanting to make a buck, to make some money, and there is tons of people which they know how to, work the market or day trader, whatever. And but since last February, we have seen, like since December, we have seen a gradual like collapse, going down, all that enthusiasm just leaving, and we are going back to the same level of last November, October. And like I said, right now I don't care very much if it goes to zero. I'm very much fascinated to see if this thing actually stands the test of time. If we finally see that this whole like scene of cryptocurrencies will survive or not. I have a gut feeling that this thing is not going to disappear. For some reason, the technology, to the extent of my knowledge, it's something which will be used in the future in one shape or another. So I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm sure that this technology will survive. So it's just a matter now to see how long it's going to take for the technology to further develop and to be implemented in the real world of commerce that people can use and utilize the means, a card, a thing, whatever, payment method, click on Amazon and you pay through Bitcoin or Cardano, whatever. So that will be helpful to reignite interest in cryptocurrencies and in the technology. But like I said, the technology will continue to move forward, the blockchain technology. So right now I'm just curious to see where we at. If we finally, that all exuberance from last November to today has disappeared and the market has corrected itself completely, and now we're slowly going towards again new interest, and perhaps it could take another 6 months or another year before the next bull run or something, or like some people said of the professional out there, as soon as Bitcoin is going to hit the right price, we're going to see more money coming in. I don't know. Now I'm just fascinated. I really want this thing to do something crazy, either up or down, because it will get out of this sort of limbo which has been living for the past several months or so. And even in the negative, it's going to pique the interest of people again. So we're going to start to talk about it again. Already now I see like I said, all the YouTubers which they were silent for a long time, all of a sudden pop, 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 they sprout back again. And so it's fascinating to see that. And I want to keep a close eye. So let's see if Bitcoin is going to go down even further. And if it does, if we see those whales coming in and pouring in money, or it's just, going to go down even further to the level where it was supposed to be after this whole like bubble kind of thing. It's really hard to predict. I have really no idea. Like I said, I'm just waiting with you. I'm not taking out anything, even though it's everything I have in there now, it's probably worth a couple of $1,000, no more. But I'm not touching anything. I'm not touching anything until I see some growth. And even if it goes to zero, I don't care anymore. I took out the little investment I did. So now I just want to see who succeeds, a clearing of all those coins which they're useless. There is over 2,000 coins, cryptos, whatever, which it's just impossible that all of them will succeed. So I just want to see who is the winner. So the market has to be cleared of all this manure, all this extra stuff that it's a copy of a copy of a copy, and just see which one are the companies which will deliver the promises, which they will implement it in their field, and that will for sure increase the trust of people to invest in. And then this market will be healthier again, I think, less speculative. So anyway, it's just a rant, just some rant. I'm just curious now because I've seen Bitcoin, like I've been following for a long time, and now that it's at this precise moment, it's at $5,617. I'm really curious to see what's going to happen in the weeks to come. So let's keep an eye on it, and I hope you don't mind my rant. And yeah, let me know if you know about this space, the cryptocurrencies, if you're aware of it, where you stand, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, always spread love, and I'll see you next time.